Hi, Demi Gaming here, and today we are back with my new series, This Week in Gaming. Basically, I have two stories that are both about the Epic Games Store today. The first story is that Ashen, in case you don't know what Ashen is a game that basically it's a Souls game like Dark Souls, except it has its own spin on it, I guess. I only played it for a little bit with the Game Pass on the Xbox. They are now dropping their Epic Store exclusivity. I don't know if their 1 year is up or they're just dropping it because of lack of sales. I would say the more likely case is their 1 year is up. Because as you know, with Epic Store exclusivity, you have a 1 year dealership with Epic Store games, which personally I think is, bad for business. I think it's bad for business because you're not putting your game on as many platforms as possible. And as we know, it just, how do I say this? Pisses people off. It really pisses people off. Because they want to buy your game, but then you stick it on a launcher that, basically scans your computer. Oh yeah, in case you don't know, it actually scans your computer. And has bare bone features. And once you've bought it, you're kind of stuck with the game also on the crap launcher. So, not really good for business, I guess. I mean, I would have just stuck it on Epic Store, Steam, everything. I would have stuck it on everything. I would have said, no Epic. We don't want to take the Epic Store exclusivity. We just want to stick it on everything. You'd make more money that way. You would seriously make more money that way. If anything, the Anno 1800 pre-order sales on Steam proved us is that people really care about buying their games on Steam. And basically, in case you didn't know, Anno, I think Anno sold a lot of Anno 1800 games on Steam. I think it was more than what they sold on the Epic Store exclusivity at launch. So basically, you can tell how that worked out for Ubisoft. And to be honest, I would have just stuck it on all platforms. I mean, it is the capitalist sense of way. But, however, these game devs are greedy. They're greedy. Epic Store goes, we'll give you $3 million or whatever, which we made from Fortnite, and you'll have this exclusivity deal. And also, they guarantee minimum sales. I don't know how you guarantee minimum sales. Like, is Epic Store just buying the game for the game they put on it? Because that seems like fraud to me. Second thing on the matter is Bandai Namco. Now, in case you don't know what Bandai Namco, I think that's how you pronounce it. I have trouble pronouncing these weird words. Basically, they are the company that made Dark Souls and Tekken and stuff. Basically, the big CEO, the big boss of Bandai Namco, said that he sees Epic Store as a threat, and he also sees it as good for business. He's probably not right there. I mean, the good business part is that you get the $3 million. You get the $3 million or whatever Epic gives you for the exclusivity. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that is actually, good for business. But then what happens after the $3 million isn't good for business, because people will boycott your game. So, basically not good for business, not good for business. I mean, I reckon Borderlands 3 is gonna slump. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could really be wrong. But I don't see how you would support Epic Games Store in this. It's not like they're Xbox or... Xbox when they made Halo and it was exclusive on the Xbox, or PlayStation with... I don't know. I don't play PlayStation, but... like Nintendo with Mario. Those are exclusives for very, very good reasons. Because Epic Store, as someone pointed out in my comment section on my last video about Epic Store, basically, those companies have had a hand in making those games. Epic Store just goes ahead and buys it with their Fortnite money. That's all they're doing. People. They've made so much money off Fortnite that now they can buy stuff for Fortnite money. That's all they can do. And mind you, that pisses everyone off. And epicstore doesn't care. epicstore doesn't care. Tim Sweeney has just called us entitled gamers and stuff and saying, oh, well, it's just a launcher, just download it. No, I do not want to download it. I do not want to download it. It will scan my computer. And plus it's the bare bone minimum features, and plus I don't want it scanning my computer because the company that handles all the data is Tencent, okay? Tencent. Now, if you don't know what Tencent is, they're a company in China, I believe, and basically they are known to go ahead and sell your data to the communist Chinese government. And by God, I am not letting commies get a hold of my data. It's basically all bad. I mean the privacy issues, the, bare bone minimum features. But anyway, back on track. Basically, he said that he sees them as a threat and good for business. And personally, he's not right, but what does he mean by threat? Well, basically, he said he doesn't like all this exclusivity garbage and stuff. He said that he will never let Tekken 7 go to the Epic Game Store. That's what he said. That's what he legit said. Will he back up on that? I don't know. He could do a 180. He could do a 180 at this point. I mean, if Epic Store offers him enough money, he could do a 180. From what he said that he doesn't think the Epic Store is good for business with Bandai Namco. Basically, they make Dark Souls. And I think that's good, because if we ever get a Dark Souls 4, which we probably won't, because Dark Souls is done and dusted, it probably won't end up on the Epic Game Store. I'm sure from a safe bet what this CEO is saying. I mean, you can't trust CEOs. You really can't trust CEOs. I mean, could you trust Randy Babyford? No, you can't trust Randy Babyford. I think that it's good that a game developer won't sell out to, what Epic Game Store. It's good that a game developer won't sell out to Epic Game Store. I mean, I really like it when my game developers and CEOs don't sell out to Epic Game Store. Because, seriously, that's all they're doing. And as with the Ashen thing, it's going to be on all platforms. They said Windows Store, GOG. I don't know about Windows Store, I could be wrong. And Steam by December 9th. So, yeah, December 9th. It's really weird how one CEO is saying that he doesn't like the Epic Game stuff. And basically he goes on to say that the exclusivity is bad for gaming. And I'm sitting like, this guy gets it. He gets it. He gets it. And he said that he wouldn't do business with Epic Game Store, which, in my problem, is good. And he said Tekken 7 would never go on the Epic Game Store. So I'm like, yeah, that's good. Tekken 7 shouldn't be on it. So, pretty much, overview. We have a game from the Epic Game Store dropping its exclusivity in December 9th. I believe it was one of the first games to get brought by exclusivity shit. I don't know, and I just swore, but I don't care because this is what it is. And the second thing is we have a CEO from Bandai Namco. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. To be honest, I have a speech impediment problem, and it's hard for me to say some words. He is saying that he doesn't think, he sees it as a threat and as good business, but he's not going to let Tekken 7 go on it from what he said. But I don't know if we can trust him. I really don't know if we can trust him. We probably could if he's saying this stuff, but at the same time, CEOs have done weird stuff before. You gotta be careful of business suits. You really gotta be careful of business suits. But take it for what it is. I mean, if he backtracks on what he says, we can just call him out for it. We can just call him out for it on Twitter. I think that it is good that a game developer won't sell it to Epic Game Store. I think that's good. And that's pretty much the video. I actually was pretty surprised when I researched all this info that a game store was dropping exclusivity, because Epic Store came out December last year or something, which means that they basically got the exclusivity, as soon as it came out for Ashen, which, mind you, is really bad. Really bad. And the other thing is, I can't trust the suit saying it, but at the same time, it's bandainamco, and they're Japanese, and Japanese have good sense of business. I mean, I'm not trying to stereotype here, but if I know anything about Japanese, they're really good businessmen. They're really good business. That is pretty much the video. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe. Also subscribe for Minecraft videos, Let's Plays, Minecraft builds, and game reviews, and also how-tos. Pretty much, this is Demi, as always, waiting for the next news. See you later.